Okay, so after that 80-minute of a mess of a video that I did on learning Julia, I wanted to do a shorter video, so let's shoot for 8 minutes. I want to highlight two of my favorite command line utilities for Linux called FZF and Autojump. They're both really useful for navigating your file system really fast. So let's start with Autojump. The tagline for Autojump is a cd command that learns, and essentially what it does is it will remember what folders that you've been to and what folders you go to more often, and then instead of having to find where that folder exactly is in your path and going to enter that in cd, you can just do something like j open vslam in my case, and it will take you to the folder open vslam from anywhere. And that's really about it. It's really straightforward to install. On Ubuntu you can do it using apt, and then it will also integrate itself with your shell. If it doesn't, you can just alias j to autojump. So I can just type autojump and then type another folder like tinytf and pass that on to CD, and that accomplishes the same thing. But as I said, if you install it, whatever your default shell is, it'll set this command j in that shell for you. And then after j, you just have to type in the name of the folder that you're looking for, so long as you've visited that folder at least one time after installing Autojump. So we've talked about Autojump, let's talk about FZF. So if we go to Open vSlam, and I simply type in FZF, I get this search bar. This is doing fuzzy search for all the files that are under the folder that you're currently in. So I can start typing something like, let's say, graph, and I'm looking for, let's say, a .h file, so I just type .h, and it gives me a number of options, the most likely one being the bottommost, and then less likely ones going above from there. I can navigate through this list using Control-K and Control-J to go up and down, which is a nice callback to both Vim and Spacemacs, so I really like using it that way. And then if I hit Enter, it'll simply output the name of that particular file. Now that in itself is not necessarily very useful, but you can combine it with other commands. For example, if I wanted to cat a file, I could do cat and then type FZF under backticks and enter there. And now if I find this file and hit enter, it'll cat it. A shortcut for doing this that FZF sets up for you is using Control-T. And if I hit Control-T and now look for this file, let's say I'm looking for the .cc file, and hit enter, instead of outputting that to standard out, it now leaves it on the command line. So I could pair this with Vim, type Vim, and then hit Control-T. And now if I'm looking for graphnode.cc, that gets filled up and I can open it in Vim, or in my case, Spacemacs. FZF also integrates itself with the reverse I search, unless you explicitly turn it off. For those that don't know, reverse I search is a standard feature in Bash and ZSH and all these shells. But with FZF, that built-in command gets supercharged. So if I hit Control-R now, and I'm looking for older commands, I can sort of navigate through this the same way that I can navigate through FZF menu. And then if I was looking for all the times that I used Autojump, I can just start typing auto. And that gives me Autojump as well as a bunch of other past commands. And it also shows you how old these commands are based on the numbers on the left, but a bunch of other past commands that have auto in the name. And then I can, just go ahead and select one of these and hit enter, and it'll run that command again. I use this all the time. It's indispensable in my workflow. It also integrates itself with the kill command. So if you just type kill and then hit tab, you start getting completions from Autojump. So if I was looking to, let's say, kill Compton, I just have to very quickly search for that. One thing to note, though, that if you're running another shell like ZSH, like I do, the kill command has its own auto-completion as well, which in this case only happens if I start typing a name and then hit tab, and that will supersede FZF in this case, so that's something to know. And in terms of installation, FZF's installations really only needs you to run a single command that clones the repository and runs a script, and that's in their GitHub, and I'll link that below. And that's basically it. I hope this video was short and sweet and to the point and useful, and I hope that you give FZF and Autojump a shot. If you tried it and you liked it, please leave a like and consider subscribing to my channel. And let me know what you think about these commands in the comments. Thanks. Bye.